My name is Azu. I'm a singer-songwriter based in London. My music is a soulful brand of pop, I would call it. Maybe, a few funk elements here and there. I wear the bracelets for luck, and I'm African. I grew up in Nigeria for the first few years of my life, so I want something that represents where I'm from. And growing up, everyone around me listened to music, and they connected with music. So my parents listening to African music, I saw them connect with that music, and so I was, attracted to that connection they had with the music, whether it was African or, Western or whatever. What makes my music different from the other artists at the moment, I would say, is it's really honest. Every song I write, I have experienced. I have lived every song, I sing. And my music sort of has a live feel, and that's not something you have in the pop industry at the moment. Everything is just manufactured. How important is performance to the music? Performance is very, very, very important, because it's one thing to write the song and it's another thing to interpret the song in a way that people can connect and appreciate. And I think you have to get your message across. And I think absolutely, I love the energy, I love jumping about if it's a happy song, and I love if it's a sad song, I want to cry, I want to, show everything.
No matter how great an artist sounds on the record, if you're not good live, I'm sorry, I can't rate you. Because that is, you need to be able to do what you do in the studio live, if not better. And it's absolutely important for me to have that live band.
And with time and hopefully money and recognition, I'd like to do much more crazy stuff on stage. I like to be a bit more visual as well. And I want to try and incorporate some of my childhood things, like from Africa and Nigeria, and I just want to try and incorporate that into my music as much as I can, live on a bigger stage. And when I write songs, what inspires me to write songs is when something has happened to me, I find a way to just put it down on paper. I do that mostly at 4 o'clock in the morning. I can't write songs in the daytime, and I have to write the song in my room because it's sort of that reflective. I have to sit down when everywhere's quiet, everyone's asleep, and then... my very first memory of writing a song was actually when I was a child. We lived in the country, and my dad had a horse. And it's a form of escapism for me. I would go on the horse and just go into my world and start singing random things, and then I say, oh, that's good, and then write it down. My very first song was about horses.
That's very surprising, really, isn't it? Do you remember it at all?
I do, but I keep it to myself. I write my songs on a one-string guitar simply because of my handicap in playing the instrument. I just write it because it has the bass chord, so I just figure out the real chords when I sing and write it there. I'm a vocalist, and my voice is my instrument. I grew up in a very gospel-oriented, music background. And then in the gospel scene, you get to learn how to use your voice as the instrument. Your feet are the drums, your voice is the instrument, so you get to, so that's why I am a vocalist. I think because music is it's an art, it's a spiritual thing as far as I'm concerned. I think you should just go with the flow, just go with how, do what comes to you naturally and just write it. I think you mature as a songwriter, and just write the song. And I think young people should stick to what their perception of their art is, because often in this industry, to get recognition, you have to fit into boxes, and you have to be that and be that, and you don't have to. Just do your own thing, and in time you will develop and know exactly where you want to go with it. Music has always been my life since I was 8 or 9. I've always known I wanted to be a musician. It's not a separate entity from my life. It's been such a part of my life now that I don't think of it as I want to be a musician. I am a musician. I do sing and write. I just hope I get recognition and make a living out of it as well.
what would make me happy with my music is to be on a stage and perform to a reasonable amount of people. I'd rather sell 100,000 copies consistently and release 10 albums, because as I'm saying, music is an art to me, it's something I release. I'd rather do that over 10 albums and have a small but steady fan base than blow up and then just fall down from it. So that's my ultimate goal, to have a steady fan base who want to listen to my music and perform to them, because I love performing and flying down from things. You have to make a decent living out of it. So I think you have to find that balance between making a living and compromising the art as well. If I was in essence, one thing I would have a solar powered everything there.